Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Jenny, and if you are new here, welcome to the show and happy Saturday. I hope everyone had an amazing day, just having an overall amazing weekend. And I'm so happy to be back for another live conversation, y'all. And as y'all can see from the title of the live, I'm gonna just go ahead and pop this on the screen. We are talking about the Baddie lifestyle, right? Baddie lifestyles is what is promoted, right? Everyone's trying to live a Baddie lifestyle. Everyone is trying to live a Baddie lifestyle. And I feel like anytime we discuss like relationships and like dating and the discrepancies between men and women, somehow the conversation always goes back to like, well, he never had a baddie before, or she's not a baddie. And it's like, what is a baddie? My husband and I were talking about this earlier, and he said that men, I don't, and if men are in the comments, you definitely can chime in. But he said that when men hear baddie, they don't hear anything good. Men who are like really looking for the one, right? Looking for a type of woman that you want to be with, you may want to marry. When they hear she's a baddie, they don't hear anything good. And I was like, interesting. Like, you think like she a baddie, she look good, she pretty, she this, she that. That's how I think women, view the word baddie. But it is definitely taken our egos to the next level, right? It has went too far, right? And when it comes down to dating, there's so many stories, controversial takes on like he played with her. Why would he play with her? She's a baddie. And it's like, does how someone's look, right? Because they might be living a baddie lifestyle, right? Does that separate them from messing up? Like, does it make them a perfect person, a perfect partner? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, I know Ice Spice came out and like really used the word and like music wise, like she a baddie. We have baddies, show. We've had Bad Girls Club. Like it's always kind of centered around like the bad girl, the baddies, making it more like what's the word I want to use? Making it more I guess like uppity, I don't know. That's might be the right might not be the right word, but I just guess I'm just wondering like what is a baddie now? What is living a baddie's lifestyle? Why are women so desperate to be the baddie? And again, I always say this to the ladies. If you are watching my channel, if you watch my content, I'm always trying to let the girls know how you want to operate. And if you want to separate yourself from these type of girls versus those type of girls. If you want to be a wife, you may not be able to, you can't be the baddie, right? But sometimes we want to be the wife and I want to be the baddie. It's just so much intertwining. Like, why can't you just be a cool, nice woman? I really want us to get away from using the term bad B, right? I just want to get away from that, y'all. I really want to get away from using that word for us as women, calling ourselves bees, referring to ourselves in that way, calling our friends that. Like, y'all know what really bothers me? What bothers me more is a man who refers to his woman as that. Oh my God, it grinds my gears. It really does. And it has been just popular. It's just been normalized and it's popular to just say that. And I'm like, I wish my husband would. Like, why would, I don't know. Like, I understand it's like when a man says about a woman or when you call yourself, it is like you look good. Like she is that girl. But I don't like it. But I want to get into this, y'all. Please be sure to like the live, subscribe to the channel before we, dive all the way into the conversation. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel, coming over here on this Saturday evening. But let's just get into it. Hey y'all for tapping in, for those who are joining. But let me know in the comments though, what is a baddie? When you hear the term she's a baddie, what do you think about? What do y'all think about? But let me get into this first clip, y'all, because like I said, there's a lot of conversation around like her being a baddie, and when it comes to dating, and just not allowing a man to play with you because you a baddie. That's what they say, y'all. You can't play with a baddie. I don't know. That's what they say. But I have a few videos, y'all. We going because I just I don't know. This is insane, y'all. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hold on, y'all. All right, here we go. Let's get into the first clip.
Always tell when you the baddest woman that a man has ever talked to, because when he get comfortable and stuff, he don't know how to act. You be trying to uplift him and make his little ugly ass feel secure, and whole time he be trying to humble you. Girl, he gets to acting all nonchalant and stuff like he ain't trying to pump your head up or something. My head been pumped up before I met you. What Future say? Please don't get too comfortable. Baby, I love me. I ain't chasing up behind. Nah. You get to acting a fool, I'ma move. Then when you move around, then their ego take a hit. They get to pillow talking, gossiping, and trying to stun on you like you wasn't this and that. And then you broke up with them, but they be trying to act like they left you or something. Whole time, what it really be is that they be embarrassed because now you can't bring no woman around that don't look better than this. You got to upgrade. But from this to what? From me to who? Oh, okay. Girl, then you can tell because when they lose their first bad bitch, they be about to crash out. They be doing stuff they ain't got no business doing, like going to have a baby or getting married to somebody they don't even really care about, thinking that they getting back at you whole time. You don't know what's going on until they DM you months later, talking about it should have been you. No, you shouldn't have. The devil is a lie. And check on y'all people, because I know for a couple of my exes, I don't know why they was trying to act like they was excited for the eclipse, because baby, it ain't been no sunshine since I've been gone. You can always tell.
Okay. I think we need to really a lot of us get a little big headed. I mean, a lot of us get a little bit big headed, y'all. So I think the average woman thinks that she's a bad bee, right? She thinks that she is the baddest he's ever had, because we lie to ourselves. Let's just go up. We lie to ourselves, right? We lie to ourselves and tell ourselves that I'm the best looking woman he's ever had. That's how we lie to ourselves, right? And y'all heard what she said in that video. She said he tried to get back at you and go ahead and marry somebody. Or no. She said he can't go ahead and come around with nobody else that don't look better than you. And it's like, who said you were the best looking? Not only who said you were the best looking, we don't realize, ladies, the baddies out there, it is the way that woman might act, that she might not look as good as you do. Okay. She may not look as good as you do, but the way she treats that man, the way that she treats that man may be so different than you that you can't understand why he would choose her over you. She's not trying to live a baddie lifestyle. She's not trying to go everywhere and anywhere because everybody's doing it. She's trying to live a comfortable, happy, carefree life. Not chase and jump and hop around from plane to plane and mall to mall and car to car. Like, that's not her. So women who claim to be the baddest that you've ever had, the baddie of all baddies, she's sitting there and all she can say is, she don't look better than me. She don't look better than me. Ma'am. Okay. Well, ask yourself, if she doesn't look better than you, but she has the man that you had, because she said they break up with you and they move on, why do you think he chose her? Why do you think he's marrying her? Why? Clearly, being a baddie doesn't make you secure the ring, secure the relationship. It doesn't do anything. You look better, and then what? Allegedly. Maybe, right? Maybe she didn't wear wigs. This is no shade, y'all. But let's just pick this apart. Maybe she don't wear wigs like this, right? Maybe she don't. She
When
don't
you the
wear this.
baddest woman that a man has ever
Like
talked
she
to.
don't wear the baby hairs. She might wear her natural hair, right? She's not wearing all that. So maybe that makes her better than you. You know, that might make her more feminine than you. That might make her more attractive than you. You know? You know, sometimes y'all, we gotta just be realistic. I know the feeling of wanting to see his ex, y'all. I know it's like, oh, I can't wait to see what she look like. I can't wait to see what she look like. Because it's something about needing to be validated in that way as a woman when you see his ex. Trust me, I've been there. It's something about it. It's something about seeing that ex and being like, yeah, she don't look better than me. But that's young, immature thinking. That's young, immature thinking that we can just go off of our looks and think, cool, his last woman, she ain't look better than me. I look better than her. So he ain't never going, he gonna have everything he want. But it might be somebody else who might come in the picture, not look as good as you do, but treat him 10 times better. And then what? And then what? You understand what I'm saying? So this idea of, he can't have he got to bring somebody that looks better than you around. Whole time he done matured. And that's what I think us as women don't realize. We keep thinking that this baddie aesthetic and this baddie lifestyle and being a baddie makes you look top tier. And in reality, sis, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. You gotta really think about this whole, because this is the whole thing, y'all. I'm gonna share some clips. This is the whole thing about being, you can tell when you his first baddie. What? Are we really competing about being his first baddie or not? Is that what we're doing? Is that why that's what you're so worried about, of being and I hate to say it, y'all, but like, if you his first baddie, what did the other one look like? Like, I'm being serious, y'all. What is a baddie? Who is really a baddie? Who really looks like, if you was his first baddie? Come on. This is no shade.
Because when he get comfortable and stuff, he don't know how to act. You be trying to uplift him and make his little ugly ass feel secure, and whole time he be trying to humble you. Girl, he gets to acting all nonchalant and stuff like he ain't trying to pump your head up or something. My head been pumped up before I met.
You see this? Like, even all of that, right? All of that. This is what they think. These baddie women want a man to chase after them and tell them that they are the queen of all queens, or else. Because she's saying I'm pumping his head up, but he all acting nonchalant, like he don't know who he got. Ma'am, like, you got in the door, right? Your looks got you in the door, as they always do. But he probably realized this baddie aesthetic, this look, it ain't working. Like, this ain't it, because the attitude don't match. The attitude don't match. And this is what these women, their egos are so big that it's like, we want men to kiss the ground we walk on because you say you a baddie. And this is what, ladies, and y'all, thank y'all for tapping into the live. Be sure to like the live. If you want to support the live, you can support via super chats. If you want to send any special messages, I'm gonna also drop my Cash App on the screen if you guys want to also support via Cash App. I appreciate all the support and donations, or anything that you guys want to support me with. But let me say this to the ladies out there: So we talking about baddies. We talking about looks. We're talking about looks right now. Let's get straight into looks. I can believe that I'm an 8. Let's just say that. I believe I'm an 8. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. You look good. You an 8. That's what I'm telling myself. Okay. But if I'm not an 8 to the men, that does not make that's what matters. I don't determine my dating value. The men do. The men do, y'all. Men determine our dating value. So you can think you an 8 all you want. But if he thinks you're a 5, you're a 5. If that's what most men rate you, you're a 5, you're a 5. But these baddies, they all think that they're 8s. All of them. Actually, they all think that they're 10s. If we being all honest, they think that they're 10s. They all think that they're 10s. And that's where the ego is so high that you're treating men like they're peasants. Yeah, and that's not fair. That's not fair. It's not fair at all. And we are so caught up in these looks, which is why women are getting their body done and they doing this up to their face. And you're not working on the inside of your inside. The baddie on the outside, this aesthetic, it ain't fixing nothing internally. Nothing. Nothing. So when you can't understand how he could end up with her when you was the baddie that he was with, and how could he ever mess with the baddie? Because looks are just looks, but they do not keep you around. They don't. They don't. A baddie don't keep, the looks don't keep you around forever. The looks don't get you the ring. It doesn't. The looks will get you right in that bed. Okay. You'll have a good time in that bedroom. You'll even get gifts. You get all the things, right? You can get some things. But in the long haul, where does it really get you? Okay. Okay. In the long haul, where does it really get you? Honestly. Let me share another clip with y'all. Hold on. Because this is all a thing, y'all. Like all of this is a thing. Oh, this is all a thing. Like I'm not even making this up. Okay. All right, let me play this one. Hold on. Oh. Hold on, y'all. We rolling, so don't start acting up, computer. All right. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. This is another one, y'all. This is another tip. These are tips for the bad bees, according to the girls, not me.
Ugly man for more than 6 months. And here's why. Because back when I didn't have the confidence to woo top tier men, if you're a bad bitch, you cannot date a medium ugly man for more than 6 months. And here's why. Because back when I didn't have the confidence to woo top tier men, I would always go for like the medium uglies with an okay or good paying regular man job and no children. Mwah. The treatment is chef's kiss top tier. I couldn't even describe to you what it's like because it's just that good for the first 6 months. Because then they start thinking about it too hard. Like, since they've never had one before, they're like, why me? There's all these men that's better, more money, that she could get more, and blah, 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 blah. And then, like, it starts to process in their mind too much that they start to take it out on you for liking them. And because they're trying to figure out why me for so long, that's just like, bro, at first, I liked you just because you were you. There was no extra thing to it. But now you're thinking about it too hard and you're ruining it. You're ruining it. So just cap it off at 6 months. Let him enjoy the fact that he had you for that long. Enjoy the treatment that you got for that long and just go on about your separate ways, babe. Save yourself. If you're a bad bitch, you cannot date a medium ugly man for more than 6 months. And here's why.
Okay. So look at the comment. This comment says 2 to 4 months. Get all the perks without the hassle. Or they start thinking that they cute because you're with them and they start acting different. Like, whoa. Them insecure men are different. You don't tell him good morning and he thinks you don't like him. No, because it always starts out good and they ruin it for themselves every single time. I can't stand when they ask why me. That's when I know it's skedaddle. Um okay. So I understood her logic. I don't know if it necessarily goes with like, again, these are self assessments of determining that you're a bad bee. So these women have made themselves bad bees. This is what they've told themselves, right? So we're gonna go with it. So you claim to be a bad bee. You think that you are a 10 10 10 across the board. Cool. You date a medium ugly man. Why would a woman who claims to be a bad bee, who claims to be the baddie of all baddies, date a medium ugly man? Like realistically, why? Like what were you going for? Or are you not the baddest of all baddies and you date the men who are interested in you? Like, could medium ugly men be the only men that are interested in you? Like, because I really want us to start thinking about this, ladies. Sometimes we get, again, our ego is so big. Our ego can be way too big, to be quite honest, that we tell ourselves this stuff and we ruin it for ourselves by lying to ourselves. Let's just say, right? I think I'm a 10. I'm a 10. Can't nobody tell me nothing different, right? Can't nobody tell me that I'm not a 10. Okay. So do you think I'm a 10, right? I say I'm a 10. I'm a 10. I date a medium ugly man. So we're gonna go with the 4. Let's say 4. Why am I dating a 4? Why am I dating a medium ugly man? To me, we lie to ourselves, tell ourselves that we are 10s, right? We're the baddie. And he should be thankful that I'm dating him. When in reality, this is my only option. Right? This is the man that is attracted to me and finds me attractive, right? You understand what I'm saying? But our egos be so big that we convince ourselves that he should be lucky I'm with him. When that's just the reality of this is your option. For whatever reason. This could be your only option because of your attitude. Your attitude can only get you this medium ugly man. How about that? Because the looks are cool, but no man really want to deal with you because your attitude is stank. And a lot of these baddies, right, have really nasty attitudes and very kiss the girl I walk on, who you think I am, I could do whatever I want type of attitude. So the men that you might want don't want you. That's just that can be an option. I think as I said, the idea of calling yourself a baddie, rating ourselves. We seen the women come on Kev show, y'all. We seen the women come on this show and they will lie to themselves so bad. So bad. Oh my God. The way that they would lie to themselves about how they looked. And they just look so good. And it's like, ma'am, come on. You're not. Again, if we define the word baddie and we're going off of looks, baddies can't be 10s, 4s, 3s, and 7s. That's too far of a range. You can't be like, I'm the baddest he ever had. It don't make sense. It doesn't add up. That's why you cannot let looks be the end all be all and think that you can just shut it all down because of how you look. He will keep looking right past you if you keep thinking that that's the end all be all. He'll keep sleeping with you, but he's not taking you seriously because you're not changing anything about yourself internally. Internally. And looks are not subjective. Let's just keep it real. We can all agree. And I said this before, you just got on the live. Men determine our dating value. Men determine what really looks good. If you're attracted to a man, you can believe you're a 10 all you want to. But if the men say that you're a 6, that's what you are. That's what you are. Your girlfriend's gonna say, girl, you an 8. Girl, you look good. But if the men don't say that, then you don't get to say that you just are a 10 because you say so. You don't. You don't. It just is what it is. And we as women want to change that. And then we try to go off this idea again that I'm the best he ever had. He ain't never had no baddie like me in his life ever before. But it's like, no, ma'am, you're not the best I've ever had. Because we tell ourselves this stuff. And we tell us that we deserve this type of stuff because you think that you're a baddie who deserves whatever you want. And that is not true. It's not true at all. It's really not. But let's get into this. Okay. Let's get into this next clip real quick, y'all. Okay, we are not lying. We are giving the average guy a chance to see if they are better, but they are not. They be more insecure than, like she said, and can't understand. Again, y'all be average. We're average women. Y'all always talking about the average guy. You're an average woman with an average guy. What's wrong with average? What's wrong with average? You're an average girl with an average guy. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with average? What's wrong with average? You're an average woman. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with the average woman? I mean, what's wrong with the average guy? Seriously. What's wrong with an average woman, average guy? But this is, again, we as women, all the baddies out there, I wish I would date an average man. You are an average looking woman. Anybody can be a baddie. That's what I'm trying to say to y'all. At this point, anybody can be a baddie. Anybody can be a baddie. Like, seriously. Seriously. Anybody can be a baddie, y'all. Anybody can be a baddie at this point. Anybody can be a baddie. And so that's what my point of what I'm saying is, how are you going to stand out? How are you going to stand out? Because the baddie aesthetic of how you look ain't working for you. It ain't getting you nowhere. We got all these baddies out here, y'all, that's living these baddie lifestyles, but they're single with no man, no ring, nobody's interested in being with them. They can't find a man. All these baddies out here. All these baddies out here, y'all. It's all the baddies out in the world, and they still don't have nobody who wants to take them seriously and be with them. What does that say? What does that tell you? The looks ain't gonna cut it. The looks ain't gonna cut it, y'all. And women get so caught up in how somebody looks. Well, she looks too good. She can have whatever she wants. She's a baddie. She can have whatever man she wanted. Well, if she could, she would, but she doesn't. If she could, she would, but she doesn't. Nobody's knocking on her door. Nobody's trying to be with her. They're sleeping with her. But the baddie lifestyle that she's been living, it hasn't gotten her anywhere. It hasn't gotten her nowhere. But by herself. A couple bags. A trip here and there. But in reality, it ain't really got her nowhere. It hasn't. It really hasn't. It was being all the way honest. And I think that that's what women don't want to realize. Stop getting so caught up in looks. Stop thinking that the women that you think she deserve it because of how she look. Women say that all the time. You look too, they told me that, y'all. Or you look too good. You look too good to be with that, to be with your husband. What? How do I look too good? This is what women said, y'all. This is what women who ain't got no man telling me. You look too good to be with that man. What does that what does that even mean? Somebody in the comments, let me know what that means. I look too good to be with my husband. This is what women who have no man, no husband, probably don't even have an option of a man telling me that I look too good for my. What does that? For me, it's like, so who should I be with? Who should I be with? Because you don't find him attractive. So I look too good to be. So what does a man? We see these people. We see the people out here who have all the things, quote unquote, and have no money. They have nothing. It's all it's a lie. But only women say this stuff because they're caught up in the looks. Again, women have our minds, we focus on the wrong stuff. The wrong stuff. We focus so much on how women look. Women will say it all the time. She should have whatever she wants to have. And it's like, who says so? Who says so? Who says so? All right, let me see. Let me share this other. I mean, this one is funny, y'all, because this is exactly how I feel. All right, this is the one, y'all. Okay. This one is funny. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, y'all. Let's play this one.
Because I always see videos where it's like, oh, I'm his first bad bitch. Like, he ain't never had a bad bitch like me. But it's like, what about when you find out when you're not his first bad bitch?
Oh,
And you look, you like, oh, that's your ex? You find out he get bad bitches. Like, I just feel like that's just not talked about enough. Because, sister, how do you feel? She is beautiful. Got to look at him like, okay. Because I always see videos where it's like, oh, I'm his first bad bitch. Like, he ain't never had a bad bitch like me.
can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? This is the ego of a woman. You done told yourself you the baddest thing walking. But this is what they be like. I mean, she cute, she pretty. That's your way of saying, dang. I thought I thought that I was coming in as the end all be all. I thought I can come in and make him kiss the ground that I walk on because I believe that I'm the baddest thing he's ever had. Mm-mm-mm. But the attitude is stank. The attitude is stank. So when you see her, you're like, oh, all right, okay. Okay, so I'm not the first one. I just think, y'all, we are caught up in the wrong stuff. Caught up in the wrong stuff as women. That we're just caught up in the wrong stuff. That you fighting to be a baddie. You're fighting to be his first bad B. That's what you want to be referred to. Girl, I'm his first bad. I don't want to be. I don't even care to refer to myself in that way, and to be caught up in that stuff. You know, like it is taken over. It has just made it. It has made it so difficult, I think, for men and women to come together because the ego is so high, and women have lied to each other to create all these baddies. Women have created baddies. If I'm being honest, women have created the baddies. Thank you. Women have created baddies. Some women, I don't know, they should have that title when we put it up against looks and attractiveness. That's all I'm saying. I'm not being shady, but women have made every woman think that they're a baddie. Every woman thinks they're a baddie. So your ego and your attitude is up here, and you are treating the men in your life like they're nothing to you because you think that you can have whoever you want. And he should do whatever you say because you are the best thing he's ever had. And you are sadly mistaken, sis. Because looks fade. Looks fade. They do. Looks fade. And I just think that is so, I don't know, it's just so messed up because the more that men tell us this, y'all, when they talk about this, I remember my husband was saying how talking to some of his friends about how some men are deciding to date women who may not be as attractive, still attractive, but not as attractive, just to get a more feminine, nicer, more kind woman. So maybe I dated baddies in the past. They was all baddies. They was all bad bees. But now I want to just date a good girl. She may not look the way the women say she should look, but I like her and she treats me good and she's nice and she's kind and she's not making me feel like I should be kissing a girl that she walks on. She respects me. We respect each other. Her ego ain't up here. Women don't understand that stuff. You know? Again, if you feel like men are trash, that's the men that you are attracting. If you feel like men are trash, it's the men that you are attracting. That's what I feel. If you feel like men are trash, it is probably the men that you are attracting. If we being all the way honest. If we being all the way honest. When women sit around and talk about how men ain't this, men ain't that, you ain't never had a good man in your life. And you need to look at yourself and figure out why is that? If you think the baddie aesthetic is the end all be all for you, maybe you need to reconsider that. Maybe you need to reconsider that. Because there's a lot of good men out here, but you ain't never had one because you ain't never attract one because of your nasty attitude, your negative mindset, your baddie aesthetic, your baddie lifestyle, all the stuff that you want, no man want to deal with. And you keep picking the same men who desire a bad B and then call all men trash. Come on. Honestly. We gotta really start thinking about the stuff that we say. Women have this attitude that they should be able to do whatever they want when it comes to men. And again, it goes back to thinking that you are the hottest thing walking as if it should just be whatever. And it's not okay. I would never, ever think that my looks should just get me whatever I want from my husband because I say so. Well, do you know you know how good I look? You know do you think you ever find a girl look as good as me? Like that's never a way to approach a situation or approach a disagreement with a man. The man that you're dating, the man that you may be with, to throw in his face, do you know how good I am? Do you not know how good I look? No. No. You know? I feel like me personally, I feel like if women start being honest with each other in all aspects, a lot of this stuff will change. A lot of the egos of women will come down. Honestly, if we stop lying to each other, a lot of our egos will subside and things could be better. Things could be a lot better. But the more that we lie to each other, the more that we'll think we can just get whatever we want and have whatever we want because we say so. Because you a baddie. That's the thing. That's the sad part. Women lie to you and tell you that you should have whatever you want because you're a baddie. Who says so? Who says so? Did the man say that you was a baddie? Did the man say that? Probably not. 9 times out of 10 he didn't. Your friends told you that. Your friends piped your ego up. Your friends made you think that you can go on that date and talk to him like anything because, girl, do you like you making him think? Do you know who you sit next to? Remember that woman? Remember that woman who? Well, I don't know. They said it was a skit. I don't know if it was real or not. But if it was real, the whole Cheesecake Factory thing, and she was like, "You don't know. I look too good. You don't know who you with." She was, in her eyes, a baddie. The baddest of all baddies. So you should know better than who you with. You know how good I look, and he looking at her like, "Girl." That's the type of energy that baddies like to put out. What man want to deal with that? What men want to deal with that? You think I look too good to go to this restaurant. I look too good. Baddies lifestyle, they crazy. You look too good to go eat at Cheesecake Factory. You look too good. What does that even? What does too? So you too good to go out in public, basically. That's exactly what we think. You think you look too good to do anything. You look too good. And that's the energy that most men don't want to deal with. They don't want to deal with it. Seriously. Like we don't want to accept the fact that you cannot be up here thinking that you are the end all be all, the best that a man can ever get, and it will leave you by yourself. By yourself. By yourself in so many avenues, so many areas of your life. It's just, let me play this clip for y'all.
To pick you. How to get the kind of man you like to pick you. Now, I know a lot of you women are going to be triggered, talk about we don't need a man to pick us. That's fine. If you don't want to get picked, please absolutely keep scrolling. I'm a pick me. I want a man. I want a man that loves me and respects me. If you are the same, please stick around because I'm going to talk you through it. On one of my videos talking about why you can't attract men with money, feel free to go and watch it. Mine Explorer commented, choosing isn't easy when all the girls are screaming, I'm a bad bee, and you all chill together and look alike. Getting hard to differentiate between good girls and bad girls. Give a topic on this, thanks. Oh, baby, don't you threaten me with a good time. So the great thing is there's a very easy way to attract the kind of man that you like and that will like you back. it's called self-respect. To be clear, self-respect is not in the way you do your hair. It's not in the way you do your makeup. It's not how your nails look. It's not even how you dress, because that's a big one that men like to say. Me personally, I love to dress like a city girl because I'm a bad bee. Argue with your mama. But there's a saying by my people which basically says, if it's easy, come get 'em. Which roughly translated means, you think I'm loose because of the way I'm dressed? Oh, come find out. Come find out. You see, all you have to do is take sex off the table. I'm ducking because I know a man just threw something at the screen. When a man is interacting with you and you have made it very clear that sex is off the table, it changes his perception of you. You immediately go into a good girl category. Men are going to disagree with me because they want to sleep with you. Ladies, please listen to me. I can't tell you how many times I hear girls speaking to men they've just met or on the phone and they talk about sex. Now, I know men are very forward with sex, so maybe it's that they don't know how to divert the question. So let me just help you out with that. When a man tries to talk to me about sex, when I first meet him, I just...
Okay, y'all. I want to pause, right? I think where what she's saying thus far is pretty good, but I want to pause with the idea that yeah, I do agree. Women get approached way too much. That boost their, but I also think too. But who are women getting approached by? That's another thing. Women get up if you don't have many options. If you don't have the men that you want to approach you, anybody approach you will boost your ego. So that's I do agree with that. But also the men that they getting approached by, if you think about who they are, you will probably be like, girl, whatever. But back to the video, she said that it's all in respect. I disagree with the fact that she said it's not about how you dress. That is not true. It is. It is. It has a lot to do with how you're dressed, because how you are dressed will also determine how the conversation might go with a man based on how you dress. Why he would be talking to you about sex. Why is he bringing it up? Because your outfit, the way that you was in a club dancing, the way that you was on them might lead him to open that door sooner because of the way that you were dressing and behaving. We cannot argue. We cannot lie about that. Women talk about this stuff and they're giving this advice, but they're forgetting the fact that what could I have done that made him feel so comfortable bringing up sex on our second time on the phone? Let me think about that. Think about that. Some women might say nothing you can do. If a man wants to talk about it, he want to talk about it. Okay, cool. I disagree. Do men want to have sex with you, especially if you look good? Yeah, but does that mean he's going to just go ahead and just jump out and talk about sex with you if you carry yourself a certain way? I don't believe that's how the average man is going to go about it. I don't think if it's a woman who is respectful and she carries herself with class, dignity, you might meet her at church, you might meet her at the mosque, you meet her in a space where you're not going to just come out and just be like, yo, so when we going to have sex? I don't think so. But I think if you are putting yourself in a position or you carry yourself in that way, he will initiate or bring it up to see how far can he go. But women try to act like that doesn't matter. That does matter. So your respect, absolutely. How a man might choose to initially show his respect for you, a lot of it has to do with how you are dressed. A lot of it. So let's keep going.
I say, oh, no disrespect, but I only feel comfortable talking about sex with people I'm having sex with. That is good because it does two things. One, it lets him know, slow down, you're moving too fast. But secondly, it lets him know sex is not off the table. We're just not there yet, but it's not on the table right now. So not only are you able to position yourself in one respect as a bad bee, as these guys like to say, because you look good, your hair's good, you look like all the other girls. However, where you're different is you're not just ready to give yourself to anybody. And I'm not judging you if you are, but I'm saying in terms of standing out between being a good girl and a bad bee. because a lot of girls, we want to come on the internet and we want to say we're different, and we think we're different maybe because we've got this degree, or because we've got this job, or we drive this car, and have all this money. You're wasting your time. The only things that make you different are your reputation and your behavior. That is how you tell
Mhm.
apart good girls from quote unquote bad girls.
Mhm.
You have a good reputation,
Mhm.
and your behavior reflects how you got that reputation. Ladies, you are not for free. And I'm not saying for in exchange for money, because please, money is air. It can go tomorrow and it can come tomorrow. You require time in payment. You require energy in payment. You require thoughtfulness in payment. And these are all things in payment to get to the point where you're able to build a real commitment with this person. And when you get to the point where you have your commitment, then you can do all the nasty talking, which we all enjoy with the right person. So, to be clear, the only difference between a good girl and a bad girl is behavior. Good girl and bad girl. This is men, not me. Is behavior, reputation. Take sex off the table. It will change your dating life. These men are going to drag me, but ladies, I'm you, you're me. We see each other. Take sex off the table. Now, like I always say, there's
Okay. So again, I agree with a lot of what she said, but I think that if you want to take sex off the table, you have to also, y'all can argue with somebody else if y'all want to in the comments. If you come across this live, how you dress plays a big factor in your reputation and how people will perceive you. Y'all can act like it doesn't matter, but it does. It does. So to my girls out there who are trying to attract a certain type of man, if you want to be viewed in a different way, look at the way that you are dressing. That is a part of your reputation. That is a part of how you will be perceived. That is a part of what sets you apart from the good girls and the bad bees. Because I believe that good girls, if a man is saying she's a good girl, she don't have her ass out. The good girls don't have their ass out. A man wouldn't tell his friend, "Yo, yeah, I got, she's a good girl. Like you'll really like her," and she wear her ass out. That's not that don't the two don't go together, y'all. In my opinion, they don't. So women try to act like that doesn't matter. And I'm not saying that it can't happen that a man will still say something to you inappropriately. I'm not saying that, but it is more likely than not that he will be more respectful when you dress a certain way and you behave a certain way. The two have to align. You can't be like um you can't be like, why are you talking freaky to me? But when I was in a club with you, you was bent over and I can see basically what was up your skirt. And your legs are cocked open. I can see everything. But you're like, why are you talking freaky to me? I'm not the type of girl. I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? And women will try to do that like it doesn't matter, and it does. You was trying to, do one thing, but now I'm coming at you how I think you wanted me to come at you. And the man, again, men can be testing you. You never know. But I think women, what she's saying is it is so true. Remove it from the table. But a lot of these women, they can't. They really can't. Because I mean, a lot of these women can't stop a man from doing this is because you keep on positioning yourself in a way to make him think it's okay to do it. So change up your whole aura, your whole how you dress, how you act. It all goes hand in hand, in my opinion. Honestly. It really does. And I think that women, like I said, when you chasing this baddie lifestyle and you trying to be at the club all the time, you at the strip club and you dressing this way and you doing that, and then you also are trying to like demand certain things for the men who you want, but they don't want you because of the way that you're living. And they're not willing to give you the lifestyle that you say you want. They don't want a woman with that lifestyle. They don't want a woman who's trying to be at the strip club and all of that. They don't want that. A lot of men want a good girl. That's what we creating in 2025. We creating good girls. The good girls. The girls who ain't trying to be no baddie. You ain't gotta be no bad B. You ain't getting caught up in if you the baddest B he ever had. That we're not doing that no more. We letting that go. We moving on. We maturing. We elevating. We're not focused on that. We focus on internal work. that even if I see his ex, I could say she beautiful. That's she. If you use that terminology, she a baddie. But I know for a fact she ain't treat him the way that I treat him. Because if she did, she would be in this spot. That's how you can. I know for a fact it ain't about looks, because looks can looks can go just like that. But who you are at the heart and at the core, as a person, how you treat that man, that don't come that easy. That don't come that easy. Somebody put in the comments, good women have to beat the internet and TV to change these younger perception. Good women have to find a way to reach the youth and change the world. Yeah, I agree. Because a lot of it is the baddie. It's all about the baddies. It's all about the baddie aesthetic. I want to be a baddie. I am a baddie. Do you know who I am? Can't nobody tell me nothing because I'm a baddie. Like all of that. You're right. Everything is about a baddie. Everything is about a baddie. So I agree. It has taken away from the good girl. The good girl is boring. The good girl, people don't like that. The men, women don't like it, because who the women get validation from other women. Women love validation from other women, and women are not celebrating the good girl. They're not. They hype up the baddies, who they deem to be the baddies. They don't. So I think we definitely, as women, need to let this ego go. The egos are ruining us, and it's affecting the relationships that we could have. We could have lost a lot of good relationships in our past because of the ego of thinking that you are the hottest thing walking, and you don't deserve this, and who he think he is, and he think he better than, like, all of that. It's just very competition, very competitive. I mean, very tit for tat, and that's not healthy. It gets us nowhere. We're being all the way honest. All the way honest. Before we wrap up the live, does anyone want to share any super chats that you guys want me to read? Anything that you guys want to ask in the comments about this topic? If you have a comment, drop it in the comments, super chat if you have one. Make sure y'all like the live. But also, I want to say this before I go. Can anybody drop in the comments what makes a woman a baddie? Honestly, what makes her a baddie? What makes her a baddie? Because I really want to know. Is being a baddie subjective? Oh my! I just wrap my hair up every night. I wrap my hair up every night. I just wrap my hair with a silk scarf. I just wrap it up and let it be. There are good women out there. There are, and I know it's tough. I know that it's tough because I know that there are so many women are on the opposite train of, they're on that side. They don't like to listen to women like myself. But I'm hoping that just more and more women will listen, more and more women will understand that we can get so much further if we start to just be women. You know what I'm saying? Just getting back to the essence of women, not trying to be so masculine and so just be a woman. Like that's what I'm hoping. We could just be women, be feminine, be kind, be loving. Not fighting to be a baddie, not fighting to live this baddie lifestyle, not getting caught up in all the materialistic things and the glitz and all of that stuff. A baddie is a 304. Yeah. I do feel like the women who refer to themselves as baddies, they might have a sketchy reputation. They could. I don't know. It depends. I know the word is subjective. The word has become very subjective, so you don't know what's really real. Video vixens, yeah. And I feel like the show Baddies, but I also feel like Ice Spice, her talking about being a baddie, that kind of lit the fire again, and like that has ran its course. She talked about her mom being a baddie, so of course she would be a baddie. So we want more good girls. We're gonna move away from. We're not. I told y'all before, ladies, we are not saying we are bad bees. If that's what you, if that's the terminology that you like to use in your life, let's let that go. You're not a bad bee. You're a grown woman. We're grown women. We're not bad bees. We're not bad bees, y'all. We're grown women. We are grown women. We're not bad bees. So let's let that terminology go, because I think there's a certain group of men out there who don't want their women to refer to themselves as I'm a bad bee. I don't think that there's a like the man that you might want don't want his woman to refer to herself in that way. They don't. They don't. Um, if this was the proper way that you're presenting, why did it change? Why did so many grandmoms teach women otherwise? This was the proper way that when you're presenting, why did it change? I think that it changed, right? When marriage stopped being important. When women start thinking that they were the end all be all, that's when grandmom started to teach women different. Women, grandmothers, mothers are teaching their daughters that they are the end all be all. They don't need a man, and that's when everything changed. The egos went flew. Once we as women started to get some leverage, I guess, and started to this is what are we talking about? This is especially in the Black community. We going into like the early 60s. It egos got egos flew sky high for women, and it became, girl, I'm the baddest thing. I don't need no man. That's when it changed. So grandmothers are telling her, it just kept on going. It kept going, and look at where it got us. Look at where it got us. We're at the bottom. Black women, we're at the bottom. Us, all of our baddies, the baddies are at the bottom. So our grandmothers, our mothers, they ain't do us no good. None at all. They ain't do us no good. Because if they did, we wouldn't be where we are. So this is the unfortunate reality, y'all. Our grandmothers, they messed it up. The generations before us, they messed us up. And here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Women just started, we started going buck wild. Lose the men in the home, lose men all around. You want to do whatever you want to do, and we lost it all. Baddies are on top while goodies at the bottom. So you don't get nothing to do with abuse, disrespect to women. No, I don't. Nope. I think that those stories are fabricated. I think that those things do exist, but I think that the stories about women being so abused, disrespected, has been very just, they spice it up to make it seem like it was the worst thing ever, and I think in reality it wasn't. In my opinion, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but no, that ain't the end all be all of it. We wanted to do whatever we want to do, and from there we lost all control. After the 60s was done. We've been done ever since. Because we can now for me, the way that we see women disrespect men, I know that women was disrespecting men back then. I know it. We ain't about to sit here and lie, act like women was just they was just taking this disrespect. The way that we treat men, they definitely been this way. This ain't nothing new. Women ain't just wake up one day and start being just out of nowhere, just getting disrespected. No. This has been going on for a long time, that the stories about men just leaving a home for no reason. No, a lot of men left the home because they were tired of being disrespected by their woman. They were tired of being treated like they were nothing. Again, that whole you don't know who I am. I could do better by myself. I'm a baddie. I'm this. I'm that. Who want to deal with that? Who want to deal with that? Honestly. So, is there some truth to those things happening? Yes. But is it to the extremes that women today try to paint that picture just to justify what they did? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. So I ain't gonna say it ain't got nothing to do with it, but I don't think it's I think the egos is just I think our egos for us as women, especially Black women, has been on another level for so long that if we don't come down off this high, we won't ever come up. That's what I want to say before we end. If we don't come down off this high of our egos, we will never come up, ever. We need to come all the way down to reality. Something that we are the best thing and better than any and everybody. Something that we are so above our Black men that nothing they can do is for us. We need to come down to reality and realize where we are and what is happening. If we don't do that, we won't ever really come back together, honestly. So that's just, I hope I have hope, y'all. Stay tuned for my husband and I. We will be starting our panel live conversations, God willing, next week. So hopefully y'all will tap in and we can start this. We want to really repair this stuff, y'all. We want to really get to some solutions to really bring us together. Honestly, y'all, we want to make this, we want to bring us back. Okay, so I appreciate y'all for being here. If you came in live late, go check out. You can go watch it back. Make sure you like the live if you enjoyed the conversation. Yeah, we got it. The ego. We gotta let go of this. The baddiness of it all. It gotta go, because we want to bring back good girls. We want to bring women who have respect, who have class, who are feminine, who are not fighting to be. I'm the woman. I ain't trying to overpower my man. Yeah. Well, what did I say? Your religious woman side of that. What did I say, yo? So hopefully we can bring things back together. Hopefully we can, y'all. So yeah, y'all, I hope that everyone has a great evening. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. I'll be back next week for another live conversation. Go check out my last video I just dropped a few hours ago, discussing just being a wife and the challenges of that as well in society. So go check that out. Support the channel. I appreciate you guys. Look forward to talking to you guys soon. Bye.